Joining me today is Jim Netterfield, Project Director at Oakajee Port and Rail. He'll be speaking at IR's Midwest Resources Developments Conference on the 29th of November 2011 in Perth. Jim, thanks very much for joining me today.
Pleasure.
The WA government's recently announced the approval of the 570-kilometre rail corridor linking the key iron ore mines in WA with the deepwater Oakajee Port. Why is the Oakajee Port and Rail project so vital for the development of the Midwest's resources sector?
The major issue for the Midwest resources sector is that its current transport solutions, particularly port options, are constrained by the shallow water and the weather conditions that prevail in the Port of Geraldton. That means that large vessels are not able to be berthed there, and that means that the Midwest resources sector can't take advantage of the cost benefits of large vessels and the scale that a larger deepwater port would offer.
And how are you aiming to create an integrated bulk iron ore supply chain from pit to port?
In terms of how to create the integrated supply chain, clearly this needs collaboration and cooperation with all of the stakeholders, from customers through to regulators, the state and the owners. This process has been underway for quite some time, and the benefits and of integration and how that might apply have already been discussed over quite a period of time.
Can you give me a bit of a project update, particularly in mind with the WA government's recent approval of the scheme?
I think that recent approval demonstrates that the project is proceeding. It is proceeding quite fast. In fact, when you have a look at the timelines and when the owners were initially given the approval to proceed with the study, there's been a substantive amount of progress made on the project side in engineering and approvals and so on. So, for instance, this recent approval of the corridor is an extension of all of that progress.
Jim, you're speaking at IR's Midwest Resources Developments Conference, which takes place on the 29th of November 2011 in Perth. What will you be addressing in your presentation?
First and foremost, I think reminding people of what it is that we're building and why we're building it. In all of the discussions about current status, I think it's easy to lose what it is and why it is that we're building this project. And then from there, give an update in some detail about where the project stands at the moment.
Jim Netterfield, many thanks for your time today. We're looking forward to your presentation in November in Perth.